Hey guys, so this isn't like a regular video that I usually upload on the channel. This is more of an advertisement, but not like a promotion or anything like that. This is me basically opening up the door to female gamers, because I saw this tweet just now from an individual called JoeCat. And JoeCat said women in gaming spaces should be treated better. And they go on to say there's more I want to say, especially in regards to what's been happening in Final Fantasy. But honestly, the best thing to do is just listen to women's stories, because everyone has one. And if everyone has one, then there's a big problem, and it's on us, me included, to do better. Now, there's a lot of back and forth on this thread regarding this. They're talking about the world of online gaming. So I'm not talking about video game tournaments. I'm not talking about Comic-Con. I'm not talking about outdoor spaces, because that's a whole other can of worms. I'm talking about the world of online. And the insinuation in this tweet is that women are treated unfairly when they're playing online, to the point that they have to mute their mics. And I want to put this video out there because I know I have more women watching my videos now. I can see from the statistics on my analytics that more women are starting to tune in. I don't know what I did in my content to make them want to tune in, but that's happening now. So if any of them happen to see this, this guy has said we need to listen to more women's voices. So I would like to platform some female voices so they can get on here and they can tell me why their experience is so much worse than mine. Because when I was growing up playing games, and I don't mean this to sound like an old man rant, because I come from like an older gaming space, because I'm 32 now, so I grew up in the arcades. I was there for Modern Warfare, for all of that stuff. I don't want to make it sound like that, but I don't understand why you being female makes it harder for you to play games online, when I've been called all sorts of names online. I've been ribbed online. People take the piss out of me, as they do people watching this. I'm not making this a sob story, because I find it quite funny. Now, I don't use colorful language myself, mostly because I'm actually a pretty quiet person outside of YouTube. When I'm playing games, I'm not a very loud person. When I lose, I sort of just look at the screen menacingly and then turn the console off. I'm not one of those loud gamers that start shouting into the mic. However, when I've been playing shooting games in a team before, it has gotten pretty chatty on the mic, and we're saying things back and forth to each other, and it's quite funny. Now, like I said, I'm not one to use very vulgar language. I try to come up with, like, I don't want to say creative ways to insult people, but I just don't use vulgar language that often. But when they use it on me, I find it funny, because I understand it's part of the culture. I find it funny when I see old videos online of guys taking the piss out of each other on arcades, and I find the old Modern Warfare lobby videos hilarious. It's just part of the culture to me, and so I don't understand the female story. And maybe that's because I'm not a woman. I didn't grow up as a female gamer. But I would like to understand from a female's perspective, because I said that I was going to do this before and I got sidetracked and didn't get around to it. So this video is an open, it's basically I'm extending an olive branch to women to message me. I will platform you on here so we can have discussions about your experience, because I don't understand how you being a woman makes it a more volatile situation online, just talking about gaming online, than me being like half black, for example, or me having long hair. You know, people see me on YouTube and then they'll see me gaming online. Some people say some crazy things, but it's all part of the fun, you know. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm being personally attacked. And so I would like to understand. So I don't want to make this a long video. I would like to understand, and I think it'll be good for other guys to understand where you're coming from. I'm not going to attack you on the Discord call. As a matter of fact, I'd be very happy for it just to be me on my own with a bunch of women in the Discord call, and they can all tell me their stories. And I'll push back on things that I think sound bogus, and I'll give you the floor to tell your story. You know, I'm not going to shut you up. But I don't understand when they're saying things like women are too afraid to turn on the mic. I don't understand that, because we all know how vicious some people can be online, right? Two guys. So how much worse is it to women, to the point where they don't even want to turn their mics on? You know, the word that people like to throw around is toxic. How much more toxic is it? And I'm not saying it's not, ladies, by the way, in case you're watching this. I just don't understand. Someone saying the N-word to me, how is that not as bad as whatever they say to you? And just to make it clear, I do find it funny because I see it as part of the culture. I don't take it personally. I don't think people actually hate me when they're cussing me online. I think people get frustrated when they're playing games. I think people like to say things behind the keyboard because they have the protection of the keyboard. It's just part of the culture. It's part of the fun. I don't understand why it should change now that more women have come into the space. And I don't need to get me wrong either. Like I said, I've got more women watching my videos now and coming into my live streams, and I always welcome them. I actually try to put the spotlight on them because we don't have enough girls playing, and so I want them to come in. The gate is open. I'll hold the door open for them, but I need to make it very clear. I'm holding the door open. We want you here, but nothing's changing when you walk inside. This is what happens here. We take the piss out of each other here. Sometimes it's tame, sometimes it's vicious. If we're treating each other as equals, can't we take the piss out of you as well? Why do I need to act differently because there's a woman there? Again, I'm not talking about Comic-Con and all that stuff because I know things at certain conventions happen. That's a whole other can of worms. I'm talking about the online space. And more women have entered the competitive space, and the competitive space have always had shit talkers. I don't know if that should change because more women are there. Don't you want to just be treated like one of the guys? That would make more sense to me. I wouldn't want to walk into a competitive space that's heavily dominated by, let's say, Koreans or white people, you know, Americans, English, whatever. And then they change because I'm the only person of color there. I wouldn't like that. I would want them to continue doing what they're doing. I've entered a space they dominate. So not by right, but I guess by proxy, they dominate that space. So why should it change for me? And so I would like you to help me understand that. So again, I don't want to make this long. I know I've rambled enough. This is an invitation to any woman, whether you play Tekken, Street Fighter, I don't care if you play Counter-Strike, whatever it might be. If you want to come onto my YouTube channel, I'm very happy to host a live stream. I'm very happy to do it pre-recorded if you're not happy to do a live stream. And then I can mesh all the videos together and we can try to understand why women feel so attacked when they're playing video games. Because I'm a black guy and I've been attacked and called all sorts of names online, but I see it as a joke. I see it as ribbing on each other. I see it as the boys being boys. You know, I don't see it as personal, malicious intent. And I don't know if you want to be treated differently either. Don't you just want to be treated like everybody else? At least that's what I would want. So let me know, guys. Message me if you are up for having a discussion. I like having discussions with people. And I'll give the floor to you. You can tell your story, but I will push back on things if I feel like they need to be pushed back on. So I'll catch you guys very soon. Take care and peace.